We now know who the new endorsing bodies are going to be for the Innovator Founder visa. So that's the new visa that's replacing the Innovator visa. And you'll remember from my last video that the startup visa is dropping away. So let's have a look at who the new endorsing bodies are. Now we know this from the public tender document that's published on the government's site. We can have a look at the first page here, and I want to highlight some passages in particular. So it starts with the general description. The Home Office is seeking to improve immigration arrangements for entrepreneurial talent from overseas, including further reform of existing visa routes. The service, as they call it, requires endorsing bodies to assess the credibility and potential of business and investment proposals and to oversee the successful implementation and delivery of businesses subsequently set up in the UK. Now there's a longer description here, highlights that millions of decisions are made each year on immigration matters, and a portion of them are on business immigration matters, in particular in this category. It says the business endorsement function services the current UK unsponsored business visa programs covering a number of business and investment routes. To qualify for a visa, applicants must first obtain an endorsement from an approved endorsing body, and endorsement does not guarantee a visa will be issued, but shows the visa applicant and their business has the support of a leading business organization. So that provides the background. And then we know now the outcome of the tender. So let's look at the first one. Effectively, there's three of them, although one of them is effectively a group. So we have the first, Geminis Innovation Limited. Then the next, Investors Limited. And then the next is UK Endorsement Services. So yeah, so fantastic. We know this now, and we're now piecing this together with what we know about the immigration rules. I told you a bit about that in my last video. Where does this leave us? Well, we know there's going to be a greater scrutiny now, particularly on the due diligence side, as I've described. There's going to be a greater emphasis on viability, particularly financial viability and affordability. The 50,000 requirement has been removed. You don't need to specifically have 50,000. But for most businesses, especially tech businesses, it's going to cost more than 50,000 to set it up. So the Home Office now has a greater discretion to make decisions about whether it's affordable. I say the Home Office because both the endorsing bodies and the Home Office are going to be looking at this independently, and that means that you're going to have to do much more work in terms of the sort of affordability analysis in the business plan and in any interview that you have with the Home Office. Remember that in one of the most recent periods, there was a 44% refusal rate, so roughly half of people were refused even after being endorsed. So I imagine that the Home Office is going to continue looking at these matters and scrutinising them independently. Now remember, if you are looking at this, there is also an additional visa route that you need to take into account. That's the Global Talent Visa. Some of my clients who've initially been considering the Innovator Visa ended up applying for Global Talent and have got endorsed by Tech Nation. So that remains a route. And there's a strong overlap if you're a tech entrepreneur or you have tech entrepreneurial ideas between the Global Talent Visa and the new Innovator Founder Visa. So make sure you consider both before committing to a route. I have a consultation service, very happy to help you. If you'd like to get in touch, you can check out the link in the description below. Bye for now.